Hello there, it's your old Aunt Fa again, and I'm going to teach you now how to fancy up this table a bit. So we have this table, which is, where's my cursor? Hello? Ah, there it is. Which is kind of plain, but I think I would like to make a pretend drawer in it. I'd also like to fancy up these legs a bit, because usually the skirt isn't flush to the tenon. So what I can do is, you need to be able to select faces. Select that one. Press E to extrude and extrude it in. It's just a little bit. Now when you extrude it in, you're going to see this weird little face right here that's left over. I could have extruded the legs out, but I think the legs are thick enough as they are. This you can take off by pressing delete, faces. And it will have made two, so you're going to have to do it twice. Now, oh heavens, we have this whole thing, and it's empty under there. This is probably a good time to include the topic of normals. Every one of these faces has a front and a back. One is the outside and one is the inside. In Blender 2.9, you can see which one it is by going up to here, Overlays, click Overlay, and click Face Orientation. Now, all the outsides will be blue and the insides will be red. You can flip these if you want to, but that's clunky. What I do here is select that and select that, press F to make a face. That's a good face. And there you go. Now this is going to need some cleanup later, but I'm not going to bother with it now. Now the reason you don't want what's called inverted normals is, like, let's say I took this and I went to Mesh, Normals, Flip. Press A. When I go to render this, which means to make a full picture of it with lighting and background and yada yada yada, or put it in a game, this flip normal will not show up. The games and the render only show the outside normal. Let's, okay. So let's put it back the way it was. Mesh, normal, flip. There we go. Now I'm just going to quickly do this to all the other ones. And you've got to get rid of all of these. Oh, that's way too much. Well, you know, you can fudge it to be where you want it. And for the purposes of this, get rid of that. That. Oh, you stay. You go. You go. And let's put the faces back. Select. Select. Select and shift select. Remember, shift means this too. In order to add a face to something, you have to give it at least two edges to fill in. Otherwise, it gets really cracky. Okay, so at this one, let's see here. Da, 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 da. And what did I just do? Oh, I see what I just did. Never mind. Don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself and keeping an eye on Harry. And there you go. Okay, so now we have something that looks a little more like somebody who knew what they were doing made it. Now what do we do with these fat legs? Well, usually what's done with a fat leg like this is they'll taper it. So I've selected all the faces on the bottom of the table. I can turn this off now. Face orientation. There. Now everything's gray and boring. And click S for scale. Just move the mouse cursor till you get what you want. This will say scale 553. I'm just going to click it to scale 5. Scale 5. Z you don't even need to worry about because we're not moving it up and down. So when I go to 3 here, I'm going to control 1 because I, for some reason, picked a back one. Now suppose I want this to line up. I just grab, make sure I'm in move mode, and put it so it matches that. And then I can go this side, matches that, and I have a nice tapered leg. Now you may be asking yourself, can I do this to all 4 at once, or do I have to? Yeah, you kind of have to do it to them all one at a time. So let's do this. Press S, move it any amount, and this window will pop up again, and you can type 0.5, 0.5, and now it's exactly the same as the other one, if that's what you're keen on. And put that there, and we'll put that, come here you, oh, just line them, what am I doing? Yeah, line them up together. Et voila. Hang on a bit. Let me check something here. Now another thing you can do involves our good old friend loop, cut, and slide. Get here, pull that all the way up, like so. Now I'm going to go back to face. Blender didn't used to leave a tool on after you finished using it. Now it leaves a tool on until you pick another tool. So pick any other tool. I want this, 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 and this. And I'm going to press Alt S. Oops. I've not got screencast keys on. Oh. Okay. Alt S. And I'm just going to make them a little thinner. There, that looks a little cooler. I mean, it looks ridiculous to have all these different legs on one table, but hey, it's my table. I can have what I want. Again, loop cut, slide. Now, if you're persnickety and you want to make sure these loop cuts are at the same point, you can just Alt, go away, Alt, Shift, select that, S, Z, 0. Okay, now they're both the same. And Harry is back again. He always says something like, to let you know he's coming, so you know when he's coming. But then he walks across the keyboard, and occasionally I lock him up, and then I have to listen to him howl. Anyway, Control S, or no, Alt S, sorry, Alt S, really, Alt S. Did I get them the same? No, but you can do it if you want. Another thing I mentioned is I want to add a drawer underneath here. So I'm going to go, oh boy, I really didn't do that right. So we'll go Alt S again, and we'll just fatten it back out until it's, come on, until it's the same. Okay, now we're the same, everything is cool. I want to put a couple drawers in here. So, first thing I'm going to do is get my loop cut and slide, put it in the middle. This way we've defined where the drawers are going to be. Go to Inset Faces, pick a face, and type I. Well, it only insetted one way. Well, fie upon it then. That's not what I wanted. Go to Scale and scale it down. Okay, now you got a face. You've got a drawer front. The way you make a drawer out of it, well, there's a couple of ways. Here's the easy way. I'll show you the easy way and then the little harder but more better way. Type E, extrude it out just a little bit, and there's a drawer. Need a drawer handle? Go to, let's see, Add. Let's use an icosphere. Yeah, let's use an icosphere because those are cool. Press S, scale it way down. Get your move tool. Bring it here. Oh, I want it there. It's still kind of big, isn't it? Okay, so we'll make it a little smaller. And we'll go to the other view, and it's no good way over there. Bring it over here, and voila! Yeah, I think it still needs to be a little smaller. There, you've got a drawer. Now I'm going to show you a little more realistic way to make a drawer. And it goes pretty much the same way. Go get your Inset Faces. No, let's not use it this way. Just type I. And yeah, it's one of those things you can measure it, you cannot. I'm just gonna eye it. Now, you know how there's always a little gap between the drawer and the whatever it's in. So I'm going to use the mouse to scroll in. I make another one just a tiny bit. And scroll this down just a tiny bit. And one last time, just a tiny bit. And just a tiny bit. Now go back to Edge Select. Press Alt. Pick the middle edge. Go to Move. And move it back. How far back? As far as you want. Doesn't matter. All we're doing is we're creating this shadow line here. And now you have a drawer. Well, you have a drawer front. I haven't bothered to make an actual drawer because I don't think this is ever going to be seen from underneath by anybody. Then again, I could be completely wrong, but let's get another icosphere. And icosphere. The reason I like these is because I can make them glass and I can make them shiny and pretty, but that's going to be another video. And here, we'll put that there, we'll bring it up here. Go there and say, no, you don't belong there. And then I'm going to make it the same size. And pull it over here and put down there. And we have fancied up our table. How's that? Anyway, go back to object mode. Ain't it pretty? But there you have a slightly fancied up table. Make your own and let me see what you've done. Hang in there. Bye-bye.